but it is doing something. How far does it go actually? Well, it goes like a huge way. Okay. Model positioned. Okay, so, okay, it's actually a pretty simple mistake. We forgot to translate it to world position. Okay, so it was just object position and not world position. Yeah, okay. So that explains this behavior. Okay, and that might actually be pretty good for debugging. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It might actually be pretty interesting now to see to which asteroid the effect extends if we hit something. Because this might relate to our stuff. Thank you, Seaweed.
Begin mission.
And it's working. So the effect is no longer passing through the object. Okay, nice. Next, our asteroid test. Okay, so sometimes the effect goes through, sometimes it does not. Strange. But it only happens if we have multiple asteroids which we can hit. Okay. Okay. So, let's make some debug output to figure out what is going on. So first of all, I think it would be interesting to see how much stuff is actually hit. So stuff hit, size. Yeah, I mean if this is always 1, then the error is somewhere here. If it is not, it is probably down here, I guess. Chip part. Actually, we can improve this a bit by not using the base ship part position, but rather the position of this module. Yeah. Okay, and while we are working on this, we can also start to implement code for hitting other ship parts, which is unfortunately a tiny bit more complicated. But it should work somehow. Okay, so let's copy it and then try to understand what's happening. Okay, so the first part here is only relevant if the shot is shot by an interceptor, which it is not, of course, at this point. So then, okay, hit module is ship part get module. Okay. If B does no longer exist, so we need to make a new function which works with arbitrary positions. If module's fixture is F, then return module. Oh, this is actually not totally trivial. Let me check something here in the documentation. Unfortunately not. Oh, test point. Oh, great, test point. Excellent. Test a point for containment in this fixture. Excellent, excellent. Okay, excellent. So, let's just make a clone of this function, and instead of using a fixture, we use a position. And if the module's fixture, test point p. So if the point p is in this module's fixture, then we return this module. And we just traverse through the list. And if we have hit a module, we will get the module which was hit. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we can just use the damage position here. And now we have some very strange code. Enemy alive? Why do we need this? I have no idea why we need this. This is actually not used, even here. Okay, so I guess it was used some time ago, so let's delete it. Hit module is not null. Ship is not null. Okay, ship is not null. Then we hit the module. Okay, so basically we damaged the module. Okay, let's look it up. Okay, damage amount. Okay, and this is basically just for statistics. So last damaged by would be this. Shot damage is just damage. And start module accumulated damage plus equals damage. Okay, so what did we do? We added code for ship parts to collide, and we added some more debug output to figure out if the raycast function is working as we want to. Okay, ship part, ship last damaged by. Last damaged by needs to be a string. Okay. What else? If start module is not null. Okay. Start module. Okay, start module is just this. Okay. Yeah. So we can just delete it. Just nice. And that should be it. Okay, it's compiling, nice. So let's make the ship a little bit simpler. guess. Okay. Okay, so first of all, let's continue to debug our asteroid problem. So stuff rate is 1. And now if we hit multiple stuff in line. Okay, so we do get multiple stuff. And it also seems to be pretty consistent. But it's a bit disturbing, of course, that we hit different stuff every time. Okay. Whatever. Next, let's see if we can damage ship parts. It would be great. Nice. Okay. That seems to be working. So at least this part seems to be alright. Okay. Okay. Hi Ravager, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the maneuvering thruster is already done. Now I'm in the process of improving the laser module a bit. This is really confusing. So let's just recheck the code again. I mean, there has to be a mistake here somewhere. So the raycast function seems to be working properly. So we do get a list of multiple stuff which is hit. And since we have realized how the asteroids further along in the line of the laser are also damaged, it means that the stuff which is returned is also correct. So then there needs to be an error here somewhere. So close the status set to null. Distance is set to something really big. And then we traverse the list of stuff we hit. And I mean, what is confusing me a bit is the fact that it looks so random. I mean, it isn't constantly hitting the wrong module, but it seems to hit a different, a different asteroid in every frame, which is really strange. I mean, I would be expecting some sort of consistent error, which just isn't occurring for some reason. And I would like to believe that the hit point is incorrect, but it is not, because we are rendering the explosion at the hit point position. So if this were incorrect, then the damage position would be incorrect. Yeah, in a few hours your propulsion needs should be fulfilled. Could it be a package loss? Well, I mean, that is why I checked to see the amount of stuff we hit, but it was always constant. Okay, I guess, I mean, yeah, okay. Okay, so let's just double check to see if there are different asteroids in every frame, like in every reported fixture. Okay. Damage stuff at closest hit WIP. Shot damage, closest hit point. Okay, oops. Oops. Okay, so while we're doing this, we can also add a little bit of more nicer effects, which we wanted to do anyway. And I'm going to steal a bit of code from the railgun, because the railgun module spawns lightning effects. And this is something which could work pretty nicely in this case too. Yeah, this is just a first attempt of adding effects. And we're going to add the effect at a random position within our laser beam. So let's call it P point lightning effect, and it is going to spawn at position -3 minus weapon range times random. Okay. What did we change? Okay, we added some debug output, which might be useful, and we added a first attempt at, what is it? At adding effects, okay. Okay, effects are not quite what I expected, but yeah. I guess I know how I can do the effect, but whatever. Yeah, let's look at the debug output. Okay. Yeah, I'm outputting the wrong stuff. Close this hit. Dot WIP. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the effect here of the lightning. Yeah, I think I'm going to make more of a pulsing effect, which would be here in the top render top function. Yeah, okay. Just make the effect really strong for now. And the position would be this plus... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll see how it looks. And we're also going to get improved debug output, so yeah. Awesome times. Okay. Yeah. Yes, this is sort of what I intended. Yes, I like it. I think it looks much more powerful now than it did previously. Which brings us back to the great fun of debugging. So, debug attempt number 10. So let's line up to hit some asteroids. Ooh. And let's fail at it, and let's try to hit these guys. Okay, so we're hitting them asteroids. These two guys, and this guy seems to be closest. All the way up here. And here we're getting the same asteroids in a different order. And we're getting the other one reported as the closest hit. Okay. But this looks pretty much like a mistake in my code. Because, I mean, the only thing which could go wrong at another place is that we would get different types of positions, which is not the case. P1 not x, P1 not y, hit point x, hit point y, smaller than closest hit distance. I'm sorry, I need to make an additional step here. I'm too I don't get what's happening here. So D is now the distance between our module and the hit point of this fixture. Yeah, good. And if D is smaller than the closest hit distance, we set the closest distance to it and we're training closest hit object. Okay, chat, you now have to chance to make me look really stupid by like just pointing out what I'm doing wrong here. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah. Beside that, let's just compile it again and hope for the best. I mean, to be fair, debugging is like a huge part of programming. I mean, I think even if you're like a really good programmer, you're always going to run into issues and have stuff not work like you would have expected. And I think regardless of how clean your code is or whatever, being able to identify and find bugs is like what will make you really productive in the long run. I mean, it's really funny, like if you talk to people who are, you know, not really programming on a daily basis, you will hear like, well, I mean, bugs shouldn't happen in the first place, but well, I mean, of course they do, so. Okay, so let's line it up so that we get a little bit of a consistent setup. Yep, okay. And let's see what happened. Okay, so we're having these two guys in different orders. Okay. And we're getting the mistake here. Okay, and the distance is exactly the same. Why? What? What? How? Why? Why? Why is the distance exactly the same? Is the distance function incorrect? rf.hitPoint.x.y. Okay. Okay, maybe I know what's happening. Maybe I know what's happening. Yeah, exactly, Steve Reed. It is supposed to only hit the first module. And I think I know what might be causing it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is like a okay. Okay, so first of all, let me check if I'm correct here. The code for the damage calculator is the same as the one for the effect. Well, I mean, the code to detect what we are hitting is the same for the damage calculation as it is for calculating the length of the effect. If that is what you mean, yeah. Yeah, it's working now. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so let me just explain what was happening. Basically, this report fixture function is giving us a reference to the fixture and a reference to the point where it was hit. But this reference to a point is just valid at this point when the function is called. Afterwards, it is overwritten with a new value. This is why when we had multiple fixtures which were being reported, we get the same point object with different values. And if we just save the reference to this point here in our module, in our class, then this will refer to the same point whenever it is changed. Yeah. So basically later on, when we check the distance, it would all point to the same object, and therefore it was random which object would be chosen as closest. Nice. 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 Well, I guess the JBox 2D guys did this for performance reasons, because creating objects is always something that you should try to avoid. But yeah, it's still sort of an annoying bug to find. Yeah, and basically I fixed it by making a copy of this point rather than just saving the reference to it. Okay, let's sum it up. The graphics are working, the effect is working, the damage detection is working, it is detecting the correct module. I can remove the debug stuff now. Lightning effect was not so good, however the pulsing effect was okay. Now I guess I will need to turn down the damage a bit, because balance wise, like, it is easier to use now, and well, you know. So I guess I'm going to reduce it to 0.4 for now. I mean, as usual, balancing is completely completely arbitrary for the moment. Let me just take a brief look at the sort module. But like I said previously, I sort of like the look for the sort module, so I'm not really going to change it. Yeah. Okay, so viewing cluster improved the module to be more like an actual laser, which is pretty much what it does. So let me add it to the patch notes here in the game, and then we're going to compile everything, play around with it a bit, and if it's working, let's deploy it. Anything else? No, that should be it pretty much. Do random thing to add, please. Okay. I'm streaming for 2.5 hours though. Well, let me check if there's something small I can do now. Chip tax research. Survive 5 seconds. Research point maximum. Check research. Survive. Nebulae. Okay, I can do the following. I can, first of all, I'm going to deploy this stuff, and then I'm going to add a black nebula. I'm not going to completely do it because it's probably a bit more complicated, but I will start it. And what the black nebula is it's a nebula that will turn you invisible, at least for a certain period of time or in certain circumstances. Yeah, I guess that's a decent plan. First of all, let's do some final bit of testing against some actual enemies. It's actually really useful, yeah? It does do really little damage, actually. So I think balance-wise it's okay, actually. But yeah. Oh, and it crashed, interesting. Interesting. It's good that this happened now, so we can still fix it. Why did it crash? Strange, why did it crash? It's annoying that there's no error message here. Wait a second. I mean, I think it is safe to assume that the error is in the code which we just entered because it didn't occur previously. And it happened when we destroyed a ship part using the laser. So, could be stream encoding? You think so? So you mean like if I mean you can just check if we, wait a second. Okay, so first of all, I have like a vague idea what it could be. Let me just check this. If hit module is get module. Okay. Maybe the error is here. Maybe the fixture is no longer defined at this frame when the ship is destroyed. Yeah, this might be the problem, so I'm just going to check if the fixture is not null. Yeah, I think this might actually be the problem, because if a ship part is destroyed, then its physical representation is deleted, the fixture is set to null, and then if this is called, then it might result in the error. Yeah. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, it's hard to see for me how it looks on stream. Oh, actually I can look how it looks on stream, wait a second. And I can also turn it down a little bit. And let's see how it looks. I do have another way idea, however, how to make the wait a second. No, we need to destroy a ship in order to trigger the potential crash. What? It crashed now? This is really strange. That's really strange. It shouldn't be so crash happy and we're not even doing something. Is my PC acting up for some reason? Oh, now it's working again. So maybe it is like... I don't even know. I do know that we are getting owned here. Maybe the laser is too weak now, I'm not sure. But it is really easy to hit stuff with the lasers, so... It's really strange, I have no idea what the... Well, I mean, based on this output, I'm just going to assume that the recording combined with Dropbox and all the other stuff is... I mean, I can deactivate Dropbox, of course, but... I guess like the sum of stuff happening at the moment is just too big for my small little PC to handle. Can I... Dropbox, can you just go away? Thank you. I wasn't aware that Dropbox takes up so many resources. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to transmit every time I compile it, but I mean, it's not like this, like a huge bandwidth or so. Nah, I don't get it. Whatever. Oh, by the way, is there lag on the stream? I mean, do you have like lag spikes where it stops or something? I have no idea how to figure this out. Okay. Okay, so I'm sort of assuming now that what we had previously was more like a lag spike related problem. Okay, so let me take like a nice ship, the new lasers. Wait a second, let's just have a look at the damage output here. So the resonance can has a little bit less damage than the laser. And it's lagging again. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, thank you. working again. I think I'm going to assume that this is my PC getting a bit, I don't know, getting a bit laggy for some reason. I mean, because we haven't changed like any code which would justify it to behave like that, so this is going to be my assumption for now. Still annoying though. Back to what I was saying. So resonance can halve energy consumption, a little bit more expensive. Yeah, okay.
Begin mission.
Okay. Nope.
Begin mission.
Can I have a different background
Begin
maybe?
mission.
Maybe?
Hostile capsule ship detected.
Maybe? Why is it always the same background image?
Module trader
Do I not
detected.
randomize that?
Begin mission.
Strange. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm just sort of wondering if I mean, besides like damage versus energy, there is also the difficulty of hitting stuff. And I mean, it's much easier to hit stuff with a laser than using the resonance scan. So maybe I need to turn it down even more, but I guess I'll leave it for now. Just to give you an incentive to play with the new sweet laser effect. Oh yeah, and performance should be much better now, actually.
Ship destroyed. Module collected.
I don't know. Actually I'm not running debug mode. So that shouldn't be the issue here, I guess.
Ship destroyed.
What? Why? Why is that happening? Okay, whatever. Good. So, what did I want to do? I was thinking of something to change, but I forgot what it is. Okay, so next, let me deploy it. Yeah. Let's do it. And let me get this stuff uploaded. Of course, I used one site. Okay, while that is working, we can already make an announcement for it. Okay, that should be that. Okay, yeah. And this is done. And let's set it live. Okay, so this part is done. Okay, good. So if you have the game on Steam, it should now get updated to include the new laser effect. And I'm actually sort of inclined to end today's stream. Yeah, because I usually don't like to extend or like go over 2 hours, and we're already at 3 hours at the moment. But I guess I can try to make it back Nebula even if it doesn't have an effect. Yeah, this would be a nice end, I guess. So don't update the name. And let's do so Nebula blue, Nebula red, whatever. Click Nebula, the color. Okay, so let's make a gray nebula. Yeah, whatever. And let's set it to a gray color. And for now we have no functionality for it. But we can already try it. Try to edit. How do I edit? Abstract nebula. Actually, where is it generated? I wonder. Nebula green, red. Okay, okay. Okay. By the way, I wanted to adapt this code a bit as well. Okay. Wait a second. Nebula black. This just reminds me that I want to make this a little bit smaller, yeah. Okay, so what is this? So basically I want to have the colors of the nebula match the color of the background, basically. And therefore I want to make the type of nebula which spawns depend on the hue of the background image. So I have this like kernel function which like probability kernel function array that returns the probability based on the distance of the hue from the background image to the hue of this nebula. And it was just a little bit wide, I think, so I increased it. Okay. Now let's go to the map generator. And let's add our gray nebula. Or was it black or gray? Gray. Had to first Steam? Actually, you have to. You should just have to restart it after I pushed the update, because Steam should only. What? Steam should check for. Can't even talk anymore. Steam should basically update its package list every time you restart it, but not in between. So if there's an update, it will not be installed unless you restart Steam. I mean, if you're testing it, it would be great if you could tell me if you also have these lag spikes on your system.
Begin mission.
Okay, we have Grey Nebula. Well, that was easy. Yeah. So, first of all, I can make the nebula a bit darker, I think. And I can try to add the invisibility effect. It's probably going to be much harder than I sort of want it to be, or expect it to be. Nebula blue. So let's steal the code from the blue nebula. Or maybe it's very easy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because actually the way the cloaking device works, ship part, quiet charge, destroy, cloak, uncloak, and on top, charge. Okay. Maybe it's not so hard. Maybe it's not so hard. Let me try it. Okay. So basically here in the Nebula code, we go through the list of all chip parts, all chips and all chip parts, and we check if it is in range. And if it is, well, you can just cloak it for a second, I guess. Okay. Let me try it. Maybe it's really easy. You can't find the Nebulae thruster in the construction menu. Have you researched it yet? Is it on the research screen? It should be down here. Yeah, where was I?
Begin mission.
funny, it actually sort of works. Well, it doesn't really. Okay, yeah, I know why it's not working. Okay, like this. And we also need to... yeah. Yeah, I need to actually do it like this. Okay, so there's some stuff which has to be done when we cloak a ship. Like this, I guess. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, no problem. So okay, it was incorrect. What switches do I have? Well, I have the Razer Black Widow. I'm not entirely sure what color the switches are. Well, they're not silent ones, I guess. But actually, I really like this keyboard. I think I got to type like faster and more correct using them. I think at least it feels very good to type on it. So now I'm curious if this works. If we even get there. Yeah. Well, it does work. Do I ever uncloak? Well, uncloaking may be a bit of a problem.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Okay, so cloaking is partially working. Okay, okay, yeah, pretty clear mistake. I was just adding 1 second every time rather than just yeah. Okay, So actually this is almost sort of working. I'm going to change it so that you have to be like more closely to the center of the nebula for it to work. Or maybe two. Let's test it. I'm not quite sure. Let me check it. I mean, this is sort of a dated version, I guess, which I'm using. I guess I can try. Yeah, I guess it's this one. It has no information here on the color of the... Oh, does it? Wait a second. Okay, it's a green one. It says it's a green one. So I guess I'm having the green one. Yeah. What can I say? It's a nice keyboard. Okay. Okay, so let's do a final test with the invisible nebula. Well, I mean, I'm not going to deploy it today either way, so... Yeah, seems to be working. Whoa! Well, it's working for the enemies as well, so... Oh well, whatever. I guess it's time to finish up for today. So... Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Wait a second, just let me to catch up on chat. The camera zooms out so much that you can graphically error where the background image stops. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I need to fix it. So basically, wait a second, let me just edit ray nebula which turn ships temporarily invisible. Okay, so I'll add it to my to-do list. Yeah, okay. So basically, you sort of have the choice of clearing the whole screen at the beginning of a frame when it is rendered, or to not do it. And I basically decided to not do it as it consumes a little bit of processing power or GPU power on weaker systems, but the downside is that you do get these graphical glitches. And I think the real solution would be to I guess, size up the background image in a way that it always has the whole screen covered. And yeah, this is what I have to do to allow for really big zoom out stages. Okay. Continue. Yeah, I guess my advice for getting a mechanical keyboard would be just to, take the one which you like. I think there's no real big like technical and performance difference between them. I mean, personally, I do like the way the Razer stuff looks like. So I have a lot of Razer stuff here. not meaning to advertise it, but yeah, this is what I personally prefer. I'm not really sure if these RGB keyboards are really worth it. I mean, it looks really cool. I mean, there are also like mechanical keyboards which have little displays on each key, which is also tempting, but do not really see the application. Yeah, I guess allowing the image to resize with the camera distance would be one way of doing it. I think the difficulty here is that you still want the player to be able to move along the map. So like the background should move a little bit when the player moves, and I guess it's a little bit hard to allow this movement to occur while still not having an extreme movement, like the background image get really small when the camera zooms out. And there are also some limitations due to the maximum distance of the OpenGL view projection. But I guess I can figure that out. I mean, in the end, I can still sort of do it manually instead of letting OpenGL do it. Quality nice, terrible. Well, personally, I haven't had any issues so far, so I guess I'm just lucky. I'm having two of these keyboards, a mouse, and yeah. I also had a drink spilled over my keyboard, and it behaved really funny, so I had to use like a hairdryer on my keyboard for like a minute, and then it worked again. So yeah, so it has my full endorsement, I guess. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for buying and playing the game. As usual, leave your comments and questions in the forum. And yeah, vote for your favorite module ideas. I can just open up which ones are up for vote at the moment. So we have the bomb module, the nuke launcher, a scythe energy weapon, a spiked armor, torpedo launcher, EMP mine layer, meteorite furnace, and the acid cloud sprayer. So, vote for the idea you like most, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching, and have a nice week. Goodbye.